Hello, and welcome to Dextercast, the podcast where we explore the different perspectives on the issues that matter. I'm Nora, today your host and guide. In this episode of Beyond Human, I talk about Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead. First, we will have a look at how the movie fits into Judith Butler's frames of war. Later, we will show what kind of role posthumanism plays in Shaun of the Dead. Butler explains that we place people in frames given their level of importance. For instance, we first place some as intelligible, those whom we come to understand that they are thinking, living organisms just like us. Then, we place some as recognizable, those whom we recognize as humans with lives that are worthy of living. Then we place some as apprehensible, and then those who are recognized by us. Butler claims that we place some lives as precarious while we value others and deem them grievable. Throughout the course of this episode, I will relate the frames in Butler's frames of war to the zombie rom-com Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is a zombie rom-com from 2004, directed by Edgar Wright. Shaun's world falls apart when his girlfriend breaks up with him. A zombie apocalypse is starting. This might be Shaun's chance to win his girlfriend back. We find different frames in the movie. The first frame we find ourselves locked in is Shaun's personal life. The apprehension of this frame comes quickly when his girlfriend breaks up with him. That is the first time Shaun becomes relatable to the audience. Shaun's morning routine in the movie shows him to have the zombie primal characteristics. He has a coffee with his best friend Ed on the couch and then walks to the store afterwards. We come to realize that his routine is unchanging. He does not realize what happens around him. The morning after the breakup, he does not recognize the zombies on the street, nor does he recognize that there is a hole in the windscreen of his neighbor's car or blood on the refrigerator door in the store. Back in his living room, he continues his morning playing video games with his best friend Ed, until Ed mentions a girl standing in the backyard. When the girl doesn't directly react to their calls, they first assume her to be drunk. Later, they realize that there is something else going on with her. When the girl stands up after being pierced by an umbrella stand, it becomes clear that she is no normal human anymore. We find ourselves locked within another frame, the frames of intelligibility and recognizability in which the zombies are living. In the way Shaun was presented earlier, we find them relatable to the main character, and we come to recognize them as former humans when they become the characters that we cared about, whether we liked them or not. The two frames overlap when Shaun and Ed need to handle life during the zombie apocalypse. They plan to save Shaun's mother and his ex-girlfriend. They want to kill his stepfather because they think that he was bitten, and Shaun does not have a good relationship with him anyways. This greatly showcases the precarious life, because Shaun didn't care much for his stepfather. He thinks it was okay to end his life if he was indeed infected. The plan is to bring all the characters that they care for to a pub called The Winchester. Shortly before hitting his stepfather's head with a cricket bat, he realizes that he is still human. That is when the frames of grievability and precariousness combine with the posthumanism theories. To save his mother, Shaun and Ed now must take the stepfather and save him. On the way to the car, the stepfather is bitten, but they take him with them because the mother perceives him as grievable. When they reach his ex-girlfriend's house, Shaun climbs through the window to save his ex-girlfriend. Her flatmates, a couple, come along as well, even though they, too, are of little importance to Shaun. 6 people are in the car driving in direction of the pub. When suddenly the stepfather dies, Shaun starts to show some feelings of grievability. He starts to cry. To save themselves, they need to get out of the car when the stepfather wakes up as a zombie again. They lock the stepfather in the car and are in the same space as the other zombies. Shaun decides that they must take the rest of the way by foot. Standing in a garden, only one road is separating the group from the pub. Shaun looks over the fence and realizes that there are a lot of zombies on the street. Shortly they are taking zombie lessons, which means that they are trying to react like the zombies to fit in, so they wouldn't get attacked. In a way, that shows the other side, from the zombies' perspective. Those characters, as they walk like them, as they move like them, become intelligible to the zombies, so the zombies do not attack them. While Shaun has appeared relatable for the most part, he suddenly takes on a more heroic role. When they stand in front of the pub and try to get in, they discover that the doors are locked. To save his companions, Shaun begins to attract the zombies away from the pub and his group. He gives the others the chance to enter the pub. He manages to distract the zombies and returns to his crew without being bitten. Behind the bar, they find a gun. Shaun's mother shows his girlfriend that she was bitten, and Shaun has to shoot her after she comes back as a zombie. Once again, we are placed in the frame of precarious life, where her life, after she had transformed into the zombie, no longer matters because Shaun cannot see her as the mother she once was. He sees her as another form of life, a monstrosity. Yet, even then, we see his emotions and how he grieves who she once was. After that, they shoot at the other zombies. Ed refills the gun and tells Shaun where he has to shoot, as they would sit on the couch playing a video game. The strong connection between Shaun and Ed is shown again. In the end, only Shaun, his ex-girlfriend, and Ed are behind the bar. Ed has already been bitten by a zombie. When the zombies start to enter the space behind the bar, they climb down into the basement. It seems like nothing can help them anymore, and Shaun mentions that they better end their lives to escape the situation. This shows how the zombie transformation is so alien, so different from the human life, that they would rather die than become zombies themselves. With that, Shaun points out that they should be a couple again to not die alone. This reunion of the couple repairs Shaun's personal frame and how he perceives himself. At the last moment, they find another way out. Just at the moment Shaun and his girlfriend enter the street, the military arrives to save them. In the last scene, Shaun and his girlfriend are sitting on the couch. It seems like the same morning for Shaun, aside from sitting next to his girlfriend instead of Ed. Afterwards, he goes to the backyard shed, where the zombified Ed sits in chains with a controller in his hand, playing a video game. Shaun was not able to let Ed go. This signifies that Shaun has finally accepted the other form of life, the zombie, but he only did so when his friend and companion transformed. The frame of grievability is strongest when it comes to the companion. The frames are shifting, and a zombie is part of Shaun's personal life. It is also shown that zombies are used as personal services in supermarkets. The world of human beings is with it strongly connected to the zombie world. By seeing zombies participating in the human world, the thought of posthumanism appears. It seems like zombies are already living in the world. At the beginning of the movie, Shaun was shown as he would be zombified, and in the end, zombies are doing the work which was done by humans before. That could be a critique of the service economy model. It is easy to suppress these workers and signifies that they do not need their minds for the work. They are working under their dignity. It seems like human beings are not aware of themselves in any ways and do not need attractive activities. It underlines Shaun as having a boring and mindless life with a dead-end job, and that he is metaphorically already zombified. It might be good to rethink human behavior. Is it still how it's supposed to be? And after the zombie apocalypse, Shaun just tries to follow the life he had before. Of course, his mother, stepdad, and some friends are dead. But the main point, living together with his girlfriend and best friend Ed, is still what makes Shaun's life. Even though Ed is a zombie, Shaun keeps him in his life. It would be more disturbing to Shaun living without Ed and his girlfriend than to live in a zombified world. Furthermore, it seems like the zombie apocalypse is helpful for him by giving him the chance to get his girlfriend back. Also, playing video games with zombified Ed shows that the apocalypse is less disturbing than living without the bond to his friend. Did Shaun learn something from the crisis, or does he continue his life as a zombie?
The paranormal is real. It is real.
In the upcoming episodes of Beyond Human, we will continue to explore literature, film and video games from posthumanist and ontopolitical perspectives. Next time we will talk about Prometheus.